Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I am Gids. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. So for today's video, we have something very special to unbox, which is this beautiful fragrance here. I will show you what I'm talking about. It is the one and only Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21 from Guerlain. This fragrance has been a long time coming. I have wanted this fragrance. I have spoken about this fragrance. I have sampled this fragrance. I have researched on this fragrance. Since it first came out, this fragrance has been on my wish list. And I'll be honest, the main reason I didn't pull the trigger sooner is because of one thing, and that is the price. The price of this fragrance, we're gonna get into that in a bit of a moment, is very high, but it's here. Let's just have an admiration for the fragrance. I know we haven't unboxed it yet, but I just can't believe I finally have this fragrance in my hands. It's been, it has been a long time coming, and I'm so happy. I'm so genuinely happy, and I take this as a belated birthday gift to myself as well. Okay, so let's unbox the fragrance. Let's unbox it together. So I'll just unbox it from the top so we can get straight into it and discuss. All right. Let's get this cellophane wrapping off and let's have a look at the beauty inside that awaits. Oh wow, gosh. So we've got a card as well, which I'll just have a read of. It says here, vanilla is part of Guerlain's olfactory signature. The secret accord of 6 raw materials has been the seal of the Maison's fragrances since its earliest beginnings. Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21 reveals the Guerlain vanilla in its most perfect olfactory expression, and 21 is the golden number belonging to the Plantifolia variety from Madagascar. It must be cold soaked in alcohol for 21 days in order to transform into a tincture. Performed by hand, this age-old technique bestows the precious vanilla with this extraordinarily luscious scent. Wow. 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 Yeah, let's take her out of her little resting spot. Here she is. Wow. I mean, oh my gosh, it just feels so luxurious, even just holding the fragrance. So let's just do a spritz on skin. Let's just do a spritz on skin, and then I'll talk about the notes, I'll talk about my feelings about the fragrance and some other things as well. Oh my God. Wow. I think this is one of the most beautiful fragrances that I have ever smelled. It's incredible. So the notes in this fragrance, you've got obviously vanilla, you've got some amber, you've got some spices, you've got something called opoponox, which I believe is some sort of balsamic resinous ambery accord, and you have some musk as well in the fragrance. Just wow. To my nose, however, what I'm picking up in the opening of the fragrance particularly is something really bright. I'm getting a lot of resinous texture to this. I'm obviously picking up vanilla as well, but it's a very different take on Vanilla Planifolia. You're not getting something in this fragrance which is tooth-achingly sweet type of vanilla. You're getting more of a warm, resinous, slightly spicy, even dare I say it, a little bit of a boozy type of vanilla scent. Very rich, very decadent, very luxurious. And we know that Guerlain as a brand doesn't do anything in halves. Everything that this brand will do will be done with a lot of thought, a lot of care, a lot of consideration. And Guerlain is a very luxurious house, especially when it comes to fragrances. They make their exceptional pieces, they create very refined fragrances. They're actually one of the first houses to really utilize vanilla in quite large doses as well. So yeah, Guerlain is a house which really utilizes vanilla in a lot of its fragrances, and I think that they have become very known for the way that they use vanilla in their fragrances, because I think Guerlain really gets it right, and that's from their impeccable long history of using vanilla in their fragrances, particularly from Shalimar, which was released in 1925. So the extraction process of Vanilla Planifolia is a very, very complicated and long process. Essentially, Vanilla Planifolia will come from the vanilla orchid, and the vanilla orchids grow within a very specific window of the year, and they literally, the flowers will open for one day, and during that one day they have to be hand pollinated in order to be able to get those pods to come out and to be used to turn into this juice here. It's a very complicated process. If anyone knows more, please do feel free to share more. But once those vanilla pods are extracted, they are then soaked in alcohol or ethanol for 21 days. What that then will allow is for that resinous, rich, slightly boozy, spicy, warm, ambery texture to really come through. And that is what we then end up smelling in the fragrance. This fragrance is stunning, it's stellar, it's so luxurious, it's so unapologetically luxurious, and that is what I truly love about Vanilla Planifolia. So Vanilla Planifolia is obviously an extrait, it's 30% concentration, so it's a very, very long-lasting fragrance. Now, I just want to talk about this because I've heard a few people say online, you know, they're charging all that money for a fragrance that doesn't even last. I'm just gonna say this, I have sampled this fragrance many, many, many times, including having the card. And when I have put the card in my living room, my whole living room smells of Vanilla Planifolia. My whole living room. So I personally don't buy that whole thing of, oh, it doesn't last, it doesn't last. I feel this fragrance got a lot of negativity because of the price, including people who were saying it smelled like another dupe, which was 30 or 40 pounds or 50 pounds. I don't know how much Vanilla Aura is, but I just think it's laughable and hilarious to compare something of this quality, which has gone through such processes, to something of that caliber. And I'm not trying to be snobby about Vanilla Aura. I'm sure it smells okay. However, you have to really understand why this fragrance costs what it does. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that £495 for a fragrance is justified. I'm really not saying that, because I'm sure there's a massive markup on this fragrance. But before you talk about a fragrance and you put, you know, before you talk negatively about a fragrance, at least go and smell the fragrance. A lot of people online who are saying this fragrance isn't special and blah, 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 probably haven't even smelt it. So it doesn't even matter. Their opinion doesn't matter. I would highly suggest, if you're ever near a Guerlain boutique, please go in and smell the Extrait collection, and please go and smell Vanilla Planifolia. Smell it on your skin, get a card sample as well, and enjoy the fragrance. I know this isn't going to be for everyone, and not everyone is going to get spending this kind of money on a fragrance. However, I would much rather spend money on fragrances that I truly love and have few in my collection than many, many fragrances for the sake of having fragrances. And I think that's where my perfume collection is evolving anyway. So, oh, it's just incredible. Like I said, this is more of a resinous, spicy, warm. There is sweetness in the fragrance, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like this has so much sophistication, so much elegance, so much refinement, so much class to it, that if you are a vanilla lover and you are a Guerlain vanilla lover, or you just are a Guerlain lover in general, this is a fragrance that is gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. impeccable, absolutely impeccable fragrance. I love everything about Vanilla Planifolia, and I have no regrets about getting this fragrance, absolutely none. I think it's spectacular, and I cannot wait to wear this and enjoy it, and just to enjoy this fragrance, you know. The moment it arrived, it instantly just lifted my whole mood. What I also love about Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21 is, yes, it's very sophisticated because it's not an overly sweet, sort of tooth-achingly sweet vanilla. Obviously, it's not a synthetic vanilla smell because it's very, very refined and contains real vanilla planifolia. But it's just that vanilla fragrance which is done in such a mature, classy, refined, grown-up way. You know, someone who really likes fragrances which are incredibly refined, incredibly classy, will really, really appreciate this and will probably be happy to spend the extra money to get something of this caliber and this quality. The quality of this fragrance is undeniable. It's undeniable, it's top-notch. To me, this is one of the best. For me, this is the best vanilla fragrance I have ever smelled. Vanilla Planifolia, what I ultimately love about this fragrance is it's not overly sweet. It's not an overly predictable vanilla fragrance. There's something really restrained and classy, but elegant. The performance is excellent on this fragrance too, so please don't think and listen to people online who've said, it just sits close to the skin, it's not worth the money. Please sample a fragrance before you listen to that type of commentary, especially if it's a fragrance you're interested in. There's so much noise online and from other reviewers and other people on TikTok and all these other platforms of people who just say anything. Go and smell the fragrance for yourself. Put it on your skin. See how you feel about it. Revisit it. Try it again. This is what I've been doing, and that has really worked out for me, and I'm very happy to have this one. I think it's the best vanilla I've ever smelled, you know, and real vanilla itself, you know, real vanilla, you know, Vanilla Planifolia, from the research I've done, it doesn't smell overly sweet. There's a bit more of a leathery texture, a slight earthiness to it, something a bit more dry. And I think that's what they've probably tried to accomplish with this fragrance here. Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21 from Guerlain. So that was my unboxing and my thoughts on the fragrance. It's not really a first impressions because I've tried this so many times at this point. I knew I wanted this fragrance in my collection, but have you guys tried Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21? And let me know, what are some of your favorite vanilla fragrances? I'm always intrigued and interested to know. But that is my review of Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21. The last thing, is it worth the money? Well, this is an interesting question. Is it worth the money? It's worth it if it's worth it to you. It's worth it if it's worth it to you. I don't like to say, no, it's not worth it, or yes, it is. I know that this price is an abomination and it's insane. £495 for 50 ml is crazy. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely crazy. And if you have to say that out loud, most people think you've lost your mind. I understand. However, if you're a true fragrance lover, you love your fragrances, if it's something that you have the money to be able to afford and you love the scent profile, go for it. Go for it and enjoy it in the best of health and love every moment of wearing this masterpiece. That was my review of Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21 from Guerlain. Share your thoughts down below, and of course, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video very, very soon. Take care, guys.